Selling a home is always a big decision, right? But when that home is a high-end estate in a really unique market like Bernardsville, New Jersey, well, the stakes are on a whole other level. This isn't just about putting a sign in the yard, it's about strategically managing one of your most valuable assets. So today, we're going to break down exactly what that takes.
So let's just start with the single most important question you should be asking yourself. Because, when you're dealing with a property of this caliber, the standard approach, it just doesn't cut it. The kind of skills required go way beyond a basic real estate license. The stakes are just too high to get this wrong.
And just how high are we talking? Well, in Bernardsville, median listing prices regularly hover at or even above the $1 million mark. This is a major financial transaction, and it demands a super specialized level of expertise to navigate it successfully.
So how do you find the right person for the job? We've boiled it all down to a clear 6-point checklist. We're going to walk through everything that separates a general agent from a true luxury specialist, from deep local knowledge all the way to the art of discreet negotiation.
First up, let's get one thing straight. In the world of high-end real estate, having a license is really just the price of entry. It's the absolute bare minimum, not the mark of a real expert.
So what exactly is a luxury specialist? It's not just some agent who happens to sell expensive houses. We're talking about someone with a proven track record, specifically with affluent buyers, someone who gets the nuances of sophisticated marketing and who handles the entire process with total confidentiality. It's a completely different skill set.
Okay, on to our second point, and this one is absolutely critical in a place like Bernardsville. We're talking about hyper-local expertise. And this isn't just about knowing the town. It's about understanding all of its distinct little personalities. You see, Bernardsville is not some cookie-cutter suburb. Within its, roughly 13 square miles, you've got everything from these charming in-town cottages all the way to the historic sprawling estates of the mountain colony. Every single one of these is its own micro-market with a totally unique value proposition. And this is a perfect illustration of what that deep local knowledge actually looks like. An algorithm can't tell a buyer from the city about the real-world logistics of a steep driveway in the middle of February, or what the traffic feels like on a Tuesday morning versus a quiet Sunday afternoon. A true local expert can, and that makes all the difference.
All right, let's move on to our third pillar. And honestly, this one can make or break a sale: pricing. The right agent isn't going to give you hype. They're going to employ a strategy that is grounded in hard data, not just optimistic promises.
This quote really just gets right to the heart of it. The single biggest mistake a seller can make is overpricing their home right out of the gate. It's such a trap. The property stagnates, buyers get suspicious, and it ultimately ends up selling for less than if it had been priced correctly from day one.
And this is the critical distinction you have to make. On one hand, you've got the hype agent, the one who tells you what you want to hear just to get the listing. And then you have the strategic agent, the true pro, who presents a clear pricing plan backed by solid data on real sales and current market trends. You absolutely need the latter.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about marketing. Because when you're selling a luxury property, you aren't just selling square footage and a number of bedrooms. You are selling an aspirational lifestyle.
So, who are you selling this lifestyle to? Well, the buyers looking in Bernardsville are pretty diverse. As you can see, a huge percentage comes from the New York metro area, but a big chunk also comes from out-of-state and even international locations. This is exactly why an agent with a purely local focus just isn't going to be enough. You have to have global reach.
A top-tier marketing plan isn't guesswork. It's a system. It always starts with non-negotiable, incredible visuals. Then it builds a compelling story around what makes the home unique, its history, its architecture. And finally, it pushes that story out through very specific digital channels and a global agent network to find that one perfect buyer, wherever in the world they might be.
Now, once you've found that buyer, the work is far from over. Our fifth point is all about navigating the deal itself. High-end sales are inherently complex, and for so many sellers in this area, privacy is absolutely paramount.
In a luxury sale, the negotiation is almost never just about the final price. A true specialist is juggling multiple variables all at once: complex contingencies, flexible closing dates, maybe even including custom furnishings or art in the deal. It's a multifaceted conversation that requires a really deft touch.
And discretion is everything. A top agent protects their client's privacy using very specific tactics. They're not going to hold a public open house. No way. Instead, they strictly pre-qualify any potential buyers and only conduct private, appointment-only showings. They also know how to work seamlessly with your entire team of advisors.
And this brings us to our final criterion,
the incredible, almost hidden value of a well-connected agent. We're talking about their personal black book of trusted local professionals.
I mean, think about it. Getting a luxury home ready for the market often takes a whole team. Stagers, stylists, landscapers, contractors. A great agent brings that entire team to you, making sure your property is prepped efficiently and looks absolutely camera-ready, which, as we know, is critical for that all-important first impression online.
So, what does all this boil down to? If you're even thinking about selling, the smartest first step you can take is simple: a confidential consultation. Just sit down with an agent who has proven luxury experience and get a clear, data-backed picture of what your options are.
And we'll leave you with this final thought to really frame your decision. Ask yourself, are you looking for someone to simply sell a house, or are you looking for a skilled professional to manage the sale of one of your most significant financial assets? Because really, that distinction is everything.